Hey, Nick here from West Coast Placer. I got Matt with me, just strapping on his snowshoes here. Look up there, Matt. There he is.
Hi.
We're up at our claim in the Stave Lake area. As you see, we just hit the snow line here, and we're just preparing to go up the mountain and take some samples. And my other assistant right over here. Alright, we're going to start walking up and try to find some gold. Alright, I'm hanging up on the side of a rock outcrop here. If you can see right behind me, we found some alteration in the rock here. This was based off of a sample taken from a company called Skyrocket Explorations in the 80s, which sampled this area pretty well. And from their data, they had a pretty high grade gold anomaly in this spot, which I GPSed and we're exploring for the first time. So right here you can see a big change in the rock. This is mostly granite. And then right in here, there's an alteration zone where you can see a lot of rusty iron stuff. And so we're gonna take a pan here and take a rock sample, which we'll send up for lab assay later on. Okay, we're a little bit further down on the same outcrop here. And we found this spot here, which is highly altered. You can see the iron mineralization here. Okay, this is sample number 2 panning out here. It's got this little bit of a creek beside the road. Look at this. Just enough water to pan this. In some ways it's easier because you don't have as much black sand to deal with. So let's see what we got here. Oh, interesting. Here, let's take this into the sun. Over here, there's tons of pyrite in this sample, which is not too surprising based on the rock that we've seen here. Let's see, can you see those chunks of pyrite? Like here's some nice big chunks.
Oh yeah, wow.
And you know it's pyrite because pyrite has a cubic cleavage, so the crystal forms in, at least it tries to form in like perfect cubes. It's blocky like that.
Those are the biggest pieces of pyrite I've ever seen. Wow.
Yeah, they're decently formed. Now for gold, okay, there's something a little bit heavy sitting in there. I don't think it's gold though. There's definitely some heavy minerals, but I don't see any gold exactly. But we're definitely encouraging, and it's definitely more than the granite. So I'm gonna call this a little bit of a find. Yeah, we took some rocks from our sample there and brought them down here, just so we're not hanging off the side of the outcrop trying to look at them. We washed a few of these off, and using the sun here, we can see a lot of sulfides in them. This piece here, I don't know if you're gonna pick this up on the camera. Right in here is little pieces of pyrrhotite. Right over here, this guy. I like to wash them off just so we can get like a good look at them. This guy here is just loaded with pyrite. You can see right here, that's some pure pyrite crystals. And you can see them shimmering there. And right up here too. See how it shimmers in the sun?
Yep.
And this piece right here, I can see what looks like gold. I don't know if you're going to see that on the camera there, but You can see it in my highlands. I don't think it's gold. I think it's some like maybe chalcopyrite or something that's kind of looking like gold. That's why they call it fool's gold. It looks really similar. Well, we're gonna bag these up and send them off to the lab for an assay. And we're gonna find out exactly how much gold is in it. And but after clearing all this, we cleared out all the debris here. Now we can see some of this mineralized rock here. It wasn't as obvious before. And it looks pretty consistent with the other stuff that we found just like, 10 meters back there that had a lot of pyrite and stuff in it. What's interesting here though, is we have this, I can't really see it there. Down here we have this cemented type material here. Looks to be fault gouge, which is formed by grinding between different rocks. It's kind of re-cemented. Alright, so we're going to take some samples of this rock. What we want to sample here is the really mineralized stuff, and this just breaks off here. And we want to use that to go to the lab and test it for gold. And I'm trying to get rock that's actually in place. And that's important because when we test it, then we know exactly where it came from, and we can kind of draw conclusions about the surrounding rock. This is a great tool here. You can just pry out the rock. Sometimes you get a little bit more than you bargained for. That should actually be good for a sample. We're not going to pan this stuff. I'm just putting it in the pan so we can take it over and put it in the sample bag.
Is this McClinsky or whatever they call that?
It's Kearsley Creek.
Kearsley, okay.
Kearsley Creek, yeah, which is it's the main creek in this area. We're just approaching the bridge here on snowshoes. So we're going to do some panning below the bridge. Whoa. Beautiful day up here. All right. We're just coming up to the bridge over Kearsley Creek. Lots of snow up here. The dog has beaten us to it. So this here is an old logging bridge, which is quite old. See the creek down below us there. I believe the bridge was created in the 1920s or 1930s. I'm not really sure. We want to do some panning down there, but she looks a bit gnarly. So we're going to see if we can find a good spot to get down there. You can see the drop off this side. It's pretty far. A lot more than I was expecting. Marching along here. We're trying to get up to an old diamond drill hole. See if the core's still there and we can take a look at it. Beautiful country up here. We have all of this area staked. In the summertime we'll come back in this little valley here and take some samples down along the creek and see if we can see any more signs of mineralization. We're going to continue on with our plan today to find that drill hole. So we reached the location where the old drill hole is supposed to be, but there's about 5 or 6 feet of snow up here, and we haven't been able to locate any evidence of any core or any sort of remains of any sort of drilling work. Some outcrop here. It doesn't look too exciting, but pretty good view though. You can see Mount Baker in the background. Beautiful day. So we're gonna have to return when the snow is gone and see if we can find the core then. All right, snowshoe action. with Matt, the snowshoe master. Nice. There you go. Alright, we're just down at this little creek here doing some pans. We couldn't get down to the big creek because it's too crazy. But we saw up above that this one drains a pretty good area, so if we find any gold down here, we'll know it came from up above. So Matt's doing his first pan here. Let's see what he gets here. Oh, no gold for me here, just black sand. What'd you get over there? Don't see anything.
Same.
Alright, we're digging out this spot right here. We moved a little log and some rocks to get down in here. This will be the third pan out of this spot. We'll see how this one turns out. So I just came down a bit from where Matt's working here. I noticed there's some exposed bedrock down here. You can see there's some good possible traps in the bedrock here. Where I got the tool here, I'm going to break this apart and see if I can get anything from in there. Alright, we're just trying this little spot underneath this giant log here. Making use of our cool extender shovel. Looks like a really good trap under here. No gold in there. No. Same for me. No gold for me either. It was worth a try. Alright, we're just gonna pack up from here. We didn't get any gold. So we gotta go back up this little waterfall here and then all the way up that snow. So that'll be fun. Nice spot though. We got a slippery here. Neat little waterfall down there, and that connects up to Kearsley Creek.